One, and we are live.
What's going on? It is Black Kings and Free Game Podcast today in Hinesville, Georgia. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are here with our illustrious Superintendent, Dr. Perry.
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Perry,
Hey, Dr. Perry.
look, it is a pleasure to have you here on this sunny afternoon. Everyone, it was a shade here, and we had it for lighting, but now the sun is here for real. So we're out here sweating. So y'all have to excuse us. We won't be on long, but we just have to recognize this month, and we have to get some words from Dr. Perry. King Mitch, how was your week, sir?
Oh, my week was beautiful. Last week I was, of course, absent. I was in
Yes.
Hawaii at a conference, and I learned a lot, and I'm motivated,
Wow.
and I'm happy to be back.
Always making connections. King Alway, how was your week?
Hey, it was a good week. I got my crew and everything was nice. I was in Atlanta last weekend too.
Oh,
I had the baby shower and my niece's birthday party, but we good to go now.
all right.
Been a good week.
King Brooks, how was your week, sir?
Oh, my week was excellent, man. You can't enjoy a beautiful day today. It's a little hot out here, but
Yeah.
it, it was
We
a
in
good week.
Georgia.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we got to expect that. Hey, now, Dr. Perry, how was your week, sir?
My week was good.
Okay.
Anytime you have an opportunity to help our
Yes.
children and of course our staff do the work that they do, it's an honor.
Yeah, that
And
is.
Absolutely.
so there were challenges this week,
Uh-huh.
as always.
Yes.
But when I look back over the week,
Uh-huh.
I'd have to say that it was a great week.
Okay. Look,
Yes.
it was a great week for me also. But to our queens, once again, guys, we must salute our queens.
Yes.
Salute our queens.
Yes.
And this is not just for for breast cancer awareness. This is our salute to our queens, period.
Yes.
Because they are awesome. On this month, this is a trying time for some folks because they have the situation of having to experience, breast cancer, which is an ugly thing. But we're trying to make medical advances in order to alleviate that problem. But there is time that we can spend with ourselves and coming together in order to bring that unity. Because I've seen in some cases just people being inspired and motivated helps them fight. Hearing somebody else that's conquered that helps somebody else fight.
Yes.
And today we have a guest, and I'm gonna let her step up and tell her story, if she would, Ms. Watson. You would come sit where I am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Have a seat. I got you. And
Okay. I'm ready.
put these on your ear.
Okay.
So you can hear yourself. Is that right?
Okay.
Justin?
Yes.
Yes, please give them your
Okay.
name and everything.
So I would like to say hello to everyone, Dr. Awi, and everyone that is assembled here. I'm a native of Liberty County. I graduated from Bradwell in 1976. I moved away for about 40 years, but I returned back here in 2017. As I was living in New York, I found myself with breast cancer in 2004, and I had a lump removed. I had 6 grams of chemo and 30 days of radiation. So as of today, I'm a survivor of 19 years,
Yeah.
which I
Oh,
give
wow.
God thanks
Amen.
for
Amen.
the many blessings that He has done for me and even allowing me to return back home. So today, I would just like to say to every woman and even men, check yourselves, check your body when you're taking your shower, your bath, or just stretching. Check, because you'll never know when that time comes that you'll end up in that same situation. And above all, always give God thanks for everything, for life and strength on a daily basis.
Yes.
So have
Amen.
your mammograms done once a year and anything else that you know that you need to do medically to take care of yourselves, that your bodies will last as long as God allow you to be here on earth. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Before you leave, Kings, we have to send our respects to her. But we bow to you, man.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
I just want to tell you, it takes resounding strength to go through what you went through.
Yes.
And I pray that your support system is there and was there. But God is always there. And we,
Number one.
yes, yes. And we commend you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming.
Okay,
Thank
Mama.
Everyone.
Thank you
Can
for
I
having me.
add something real quick?
Mhm.
I've known Mama now for
About 6 years.
about 6 years. She's always been a very strong woman. She takes care of her family. She takes care of her daughter. She
Yes.
takes care of her brother. She takes care of her sister.
Wow.
She's just a strong will and enable
Yes.
Mhm.
woman. And we want to thank you for
Yes.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you also.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your testimony.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a story to tell. Come on.
Ah.
She has a story to tell.
Yes.
Come on, Mama.
Ah.
She's a
She died.
survivor too.
Ah.
Oh, we got another survivor in the house.
Yes, yes.
Ah. Here we are. Yes, ma'am. Please tell everyone your name.
My name is Gracie Collier. I'm a 7-year survivor of breast cancer. Breast cancer.
Woo. Wow.
Yes.
Lost my daughter 2.5 years ago to stomach cancer.
Mm.
She had breast cancer as well, and I found mine in 2016 by doing my self exams. And I just thank God that He gave me the wisdom and the knowledge to know how to do the exam. And I just thank Him for being with me throughout this trying time of losing my daughter. And I have three granddaughters and three great grandchildren. And I just pray to God to leave me here with them until they get old enough to know how to do what they need to do. And I thank Dr. Alway. He's been my primary care physician for I don't know how many years now. But I say to every woman, man, young girl, listen to your doctors, do what you're supposed to do, eat the proper food, take care of your body, and your body will take care of you. And just give God all the praise and glory because that's who belongs to it. And I just thank each and every one for having me up here. And Doctor, I've never met you, but you're good.
Thank you.
Young King.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes.
Thank you.
She's been very strong over the
Try.
years, and I've known her for a while now. And she's always been strong, and she always support everybody. I knew when the daughter was going through what she was going through. I know it's hard to lose a child,
Yes.
Yeah.
regardless of the age, but she's been strong, and she continues to be strong. She's defeated breast cancer, and
Mhm.
just like Miss Stevens, she's a strong woman too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kings, can we give
Thank
her a
you.
bow?
Yes.
Thank you. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
I'm talking to you Tuesday.
Like I said,
We'll get you.
like, yeah, you're in trouble. But so we've heard from some survivors, and just hearing is just one of the things that you get to do. But they actually lived it, and that's different. You know, hearing someone's story and them actually living it is two different things. We have a perception of how they felt. They have a perspective. So when when they communicate with other breast cancer survivors, those are two different perspectives. But we are all here because of our perception to it. So we we just want to encourage and support everyone that's working diligently in that area of breast cancer. And we just have to commend everyone in that field that does what they do. So a salute to y'all. Right now, we're going to talk with Dr. Perry.
Yes.
Dr. Perry, um, things for the last 4 years have been pretty crazy. You've had to go through COVID. You've had to go through other instances of COVID scares to shut down, bring back, and everything. But over and all, we're here. We're standing strong. So, what are some of the things you like to share with the community about?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say to the two ladies that was here,
Yes.
the survivors, that all of the
Yes.
folks that's dealing with cancer in some form, that
Yes.
we certainly salute you. We certainly learn a lot from you
Yes.
because even in our school system, we dealing with internally, all of our children are dealing with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
And to be able to know that these ladies have persevered and survived that simply give us the motivation to know that we can survive the things that we're dealing with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, whether it's poverty or whatever it is, education, I believe, can help us to get rid of that. So I'm amazed at how we can learn from each other, how we can support each other through adversity. Because what we try to tell our children is that life is a maze,
Mm-hmm.
and you know you're going to have to deal with something. It's not going to be, as my daddy used to say, a flower bed of ease.
Yes.
There are going to be some struggles.
Uh-huh.
And so being able to manage through those. But yeah, we dealt with COVID, but I agree with what the survivor said. You know, with God, we can get through anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's been our strength. That will continue to be our strength. Uh, but we know that literacy, whether it's academics, whether it's literacy, financial,
Mm-hmm.
we know that our children, in order to live a productive life, and that's what we
That's
want,
productive.
a productive
Yep.
life, and to
Yes.
be able to help themselves
Uh-huh.
and help others. I think when God put us here, He didn't just put us here just to look out for ourselves,
No.
Right.
or He put us here to, first of all, yeah, you got to look out for yourself. But
Yes.
as a king, you got to look out for your family.
Family.
And then as
and-
another king, you got to look out for the community.
yes,
as well.
right. That's right.
Or look out for the kingdom.
That's the kingdom.
Yeah, that's the kingdom.
Yeah.
So we are excited about being able to be in a position to work with our young folks.
Yes.
And because that's the future.
Yes.
And we feel like either that it's our responsibility to train a child in the way they should go.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And that's not let the child train us. I know
Ah.
we're in a situation now where we love our children, and
Yes.
whatever they tell us, you know, well, I need to do this. But you know, I'm just happy that it appears that we are getting back in the Liberty County school system. We're getting back uh, to leading our children,
Yes.
not letting them. We know how things should go,
Yes.
and I think it's our responsibility to do that. And that's love. I mean,
That is.
you know, it's tough love sometimes,
Yeah.
because
Absolutely.
if you let a child eat candy all day long,
Yeah.
that's what they'll do. But we as grown folks know they need some vegetables, and
Yep.
they need this and they need that. So
Mhm.
I'm just tickled to death to be able to help and try to make a difference in the lives of our children.
Well, you said something there because I remember it was getting pretty bad, but now you see that it seems to be turning now. It looks like they've had enough to say, hey, you know, we might need to let these parents be parents.
Yes.
You know, so you see that circle turning back around. So I think it's coming back around to, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that that's the way we're going.
Yes, I'm seeing a lot of that. And part of that is what we try to do in the Liberty County school system is the adults need to have their stuff together, so to speak.
Yes.
We need to be an example, professional example for the children coming behind us.
Yes.
And for the parents, we want them to trust us. You know, we're not going to do anything to harm a child.
Yeah.
But there are some things that you have to do. in order to be successful, in order to get through this maze, there's just some stuff you have to do.
Yeah.
So I do feel in the last 4 or 5 years, I do feel more of a trust
Mhm.
in our system. And
System.
that's got to be the first thing. If you don't trust someone, then you're not going to be able to listen to them
Yes.
or work with them to do what we do. I tell parents all the time, hey, we're not working against each other.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
We're working together.
I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Yes,
And,
yes,
you know, one of the kings spends a lot of time, and he's done a lot of dedication with that. That's King Boston.
yes.
King Boston is a part of the 11 Black Men, and if you knew his work schedule, yeah, like seriously, if you knew this man's work schedule, there's no way he's gonna find time for somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he does.
Yes.
And he has his own children,
Yes.
right? And he even has a child with special needs.
Yes.
And he puts in that time and that effort. And that's a couple of things that just, you know, the kingly things about him.
Yeah.
I used to be a Boy Scout.
Okay.
So I was supposed to take over the troop when my father passed away, and I was all in my feelings, and I never got back to it. But it's time for me to step up also,
Sure.
you know. And you know, he led by example with that one because the 11 Black Men program and the participation they do with these young men is terrific. So but as far as Hinesville, Georgia,
Yeah.
I do feel like we're becoming a more solid and unified community, especially for education. What do you guys think?
Um, Again, since I've been here, I've seen a lot of changes. Most of them very positive. Some of the questions I have for Dr. Perry, because
Uh-huh.
I've been looking for the opportunity to ask you this.
Ah,
So, no, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in the system, in Liberty County and Hinesville and all those things?
Okay. I, I think the biggest change I would say that I've seen and that we've been working on is to get the community as a whole to understand the importance of education. And also our students, teachers can't do everything.
No.
Correct.
So we've been working with our students to own their own education, to actually go to class and be hungry to learn and cooperate with the teacher and not get into the distractions, behavior wise or whatever. So I think our students now, and we have them going to major universities, we have them going into the workforce, to get them to own their ownership, own their education. I want this because I know what this is going to do for me. Whatever it is, I know what it's going to do for me, my family,
Yes.
my grandchildren, my great grandchildren.
Yes.
That message now, I think, is beginning to get out that you own that. You got to own that, and you can't let anybody deny you from getting that.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yes.
Now, I know because I'm in the medical profession, and I can tell you that one of the biggest problems with children is the parents. How,
Okay.
what, what is, what are you doing in terms of letting the parents be part of the process to get things back?
Well, again, as I said earlier, I think the biggest thing was trust. You have to gain. The parents need to know that you have their child's best interest at heart. And I think by being visible, my number is on the website. I think parents as a whole know that I care about every child. That's number one, because you got to have that.
Yes.
But to get our children to be successful, what every parent really want, whether they will admit it or not, is for their child to be successful.
Yes.
So we focus a lot on making sure that our children are successful, and that's gained the parents to support us and trust us. But we can't control parents as much as we can control our students. So what we're doing is brainwashing our students about education. So they're going home and they're telling their parents, I can do this, I can do this. we can get out of poverty through an education. I can go to the college and career center, get a degree in plumbing, and come out of high school making $60,000, $70,000.
Mhm.
So we're focusing on making our children success. Every parent, I don't care what anybody say, every parent want their child to be successful.
Successful.
Right.
Correct.
That's the primary goal.
Yes. Now they may not know how to do it. They may interfere sometimes in it.
Because they might have never seen it.
They may have never seen it. But and so that's success is just and we know literacy. We know that if a child can't read, they can't learn. They can't. 'Cause you learn to read in order to learn.
Yes.
Right. Right.
You see. So but I will tell you, 95% of our parents are 100% behind what we do.
That's good.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
I can tell you that. And I go across the state and the nation, and I'll tell anybody, we have some good students in Liberty County. We have some good parents. You're always going to have that 5%.
Yes.
Yeah.
But most of our parents trust us. They trust our teachers. And they're working together with us for that job.
Dr. Perry, I would like to really commend the teachers also.
Yes.
You
Mhm.
you have an unbelievable
Get this
staff.
off your shirt.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you.
yeah. You have an unbelievable staff.
Thank you.
I mean, I've seen them so involved. I've seen them out there doing things for the children using their own money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember when my mother was teaching, and also she was a librarian in Glenville, Georgia, at Seconder. She used to always say, "Well, I got to go to." It was where do we get our flyers and stuff made?
VIP.
VIP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She used to go in there to VIP and always get the charts and stuff for the kids. And your little kids, I'd be like, Mama, I want that. Well, I gotta get this, baby. Then you can get something else. But why you getting that for them kids? You know what I'm saying? You're a child, you never realize it,
Yeah.
right? But now I realize because even my mother said, you know what? This is my child, but I want to split this with his other children.
Mhm.
Because she shared it with other children. You know what I'm saying? So now it even means more when I see teachers dedicating their money, resources into doing extra for the children.
Yeah.
And just to piggyback off of that, because I do pest control, and sometimes I'll get a call. Hey, we got a classroom with ants,
Mhm.
and I try to get there like the same day.
Ah,
And I can't tell you how many times I've gone there, and the teachers already went and got their own
the
form of
treaty.
pest control. They've got ant bait spray. But
Yeah.
that just goes to show of the dedication that they have to make sure that their students have a comfortable environment,
Yes.
to
Yes.
learn it.
Well, and
You're right.
teaching, in my opinion, is a calling.
Mhm.
I think to work with children, I had two children,
Yes.
myself, personal children, and
Mhm.
to raise them was a challenge.
Right.
To have 22 or 32 kids in a class
Yeah.
is definitely a challenge. But and in all profession, can I sit here and tell you that we have all caring teachers with 450? I
We still
can't
got
do
that
that.
You still
5%.
got that 5%.
Yeah, that's right. But I can tell you the majority of our teachers really, really care about our students and
Yep.
working with them. They do.
Yes.
But sometimes that 5%
Mhm.
will get out there, and that's what I hope the community would not judge us on. 5% of our students, because we have some amazing students at colleges,
Mhm.
universities, the workforce. Not judge us on that, but judge us on the majority of the 95% of our students. And we're working to get all of our students and all of our teachers there. But like the airplane pilot that went on the other day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have people in all professions
Right.
that's not. But
Yes.
we don't want to dwell on the negative. What I hope we can do is dwell on the positive stuff that we got going, the
Absolutely.
positive children that we have while we're working with the things that we need to work on.
Yes. Yes. And as we continue to do this in Hinesville and we have our leadership in places, I think we need to egg it on some more, Kings. Once again, Dr. Perry, where in a specific, is there a fund that the public can give to in order to help, the teachers do the extra things for the students?
Yeah, we're working on a foundation now. We don't have that in place that would be able to do that. But until then, you can certainly make the donation to the school. All of our schools have programs. We have governance teams in all of our schools made up of parents, teachers, and so they control what actually happens. But or call my office. I can tell you how we can help. Primarily, the biggest thing we need help with is just that support. That support as you're doing for the teachers, support for the children. When you see children in the community or at your church or wherever organization, just encourage them to do their best to treat each
Yes.
other right. That's another thing we're working
Yeah.
on in Liberty County School District with our youngsters is how to get along with each other.
Uh-huh.
We all are different. I don't need to be jealous of you. I don't need to be jealous of you, Doc. We just need to work and support each other and not put anybody down.
Down.
We're
Yes.
working on that. And I can see a big difference in that. But it's something that we've got to work on. And that's why we need the support. Come into our schools, work with some of our males that don't have a father figure or a
Uh-huh.
grandfather figure or that kind of thing. Uh, and just walk through our schools.
Yep. We
Yeah.
got to get back to the basics.
We get back to the
To the
basics.
basics.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And that involvement with parents, it really matters, everyone.
It does.
Involvement with parents. Uh, Myself, I have 6 children. That's an excessive amount. It wasn't back in the day though. Now back, it wasn't back in the day. You could having 13 kids was normal.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. All right, so don't y'all don't do that to me. But sometimes parent can get sidetracked because we do have a lot going on in families as far as this thing that we receive every month, and it comes every month and we don't ask for it. It's called bills.
Yes.
And we get so wrapped up in that. But just knowing that we have the teachers, we have the superintendent, we have the board of education, we have these people in place, and now we have the community
Hmm.
that is just backing our school system.
Yep. I know
So
me and my wife, we back heavenly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
As much as we always asking teachers, what else do you
What you
need?
need?
Well,
What-
you-
What else do you,
yeah.
what else can we do?
yes.
Yeah.
And see, everyone, the way that this goes is if everybody pitches in their part
Yes.
and everybody is, all you have to say to that teacher is there any way I can help? Next month, it don't take but 3. Is anything you need? Anything, any way I can help? And what happens is when you get all the parents saying that if they do need something, they'll be able to provide it.
Yes.
And then the next time, yes, I would, I could. And guess what? Everybody's splitting the load.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's splitting the load.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see if our community, well, I think we will do it. We're going to split the load. Let's start asking the teachers what they need, what would they like, and how we can help them further not only our kids' educations, but the kids along with our kids. Because remember, these are the people they're around. These kids are who they're starting life with. You don't know what position some of these kids that will end up in.
Right.
You don't know what
Right.
friends they can make
Mhm.
that would help advance your child. So when we start thinking about this thing, we got to get off of it. Well, you don't say anything to my child because you don't.
Yes.
We get that.
It takes a
We-
village.
It takes a village, and everybody knows when they see somebody, especially an adult, doing it in the wrong way. Okay, so we want to thank Dr. Perry for coming today,
Yes.
and we want to thank everybody
Right.
that came out today and our survivors. And we want to thank our queens, period, for the things that they do on a day-to-day basis. But in this month, we just have to be there with you and support for some of the things that you have to go through. But anything you want to say, Kings?
One thing I would like to say, and Dr. Perry, you and I were talking about this offline. Our teachers have such a vital impact on our lives. And I know for me, the teachers that I didn't like the most are the ones that stuck in my brain. And the one that I didn't like the most, shout out to Miss Santiago. I couldn't stand Miss Santiago. I couldn't stand her. But I tell you what, though, she taught me lessons that I utilize to this day.
Wow.
And Dr. Perry, one of the things that we, and I'll let y'all know, one of the things that we discussed was every week she had an investment banker come to our class. I was in 5th grade.
Wow.
And this guy would come from Wall Street. And I didn't realize how big of a deal this guy was. But this was before tablets, so we had newspapers, and he would literally taught us how to invest in the stock market.
Wow.
We had like fake money. He taught us basic principles: buy low, sell high. And at the time, I mean, I think all of us went bankrupt in the class because we didn't know any better.
I know what you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
fast forward, I was able to apply those lessons that I learned at 10 to make thousands of dollars in the future,
Yes.
you know, and I thank Miss Santiago for that. And that's something that I really would like to see in our school system. I think that fortunately we have technology on our side that could make it that much more easier.
Hmm.
And you know, we should start in elementary school.
Yes.
You know, and that's just one thing that I would like to see in Liberty County School system. Look, y'all might already have it, y'all might
Yes.
already be tracking,
Yes.
Mhm.
but I think that would be a definite benefit to our future because we need that financial literacy as
Yes.
well.
And what you're saying, I totally agree. We're not having school just to have school.
Hmm.
Mhm.
We're not having school to have kids come and spend K through 12
Mhm.
and not have anything.
Nothing.
Right.
So what we are working on is exactly what you're saying. While we're doing the academics, we're working with our students about economics, about finance, because when they finish high school, we don't want them just to have a diploma. We want them to have the knowledge, and even in our elementary schools, if you go into our elementary schools and ask a student, what knowledge is going to turn into what? And they'll say money,
Yep.
money. You know, the more knowledge you get,
Yes,
That's right.
sir.
the more opportunity you're going to have to be able to do something for yourself, do
Yep.
something for your family. That's why, that's my passion. I want all of our children to have something when they leave Liberty County, not just go in the house and do anything. We want them to have some finance, have a
Right.
job. We want them to get a six-figure job,
Right.
$100,000. We're not just playing school to run you through 12 years. And
Right.
that's the thing that I hope that our parents understand. Poverty in Liberty County is high. We, through education, can eliminate that
Yes.
because we can get jobs right here with all of the things that's coming to coastal Georgia.
Yes.
Hmm.
We're working right now at our career center to asking these people, what do you need? What kind of employee do you need? And we're putting that into our curriculum.
Dr. Perry.
Yes.
Guys, you know I got to say something about this.
Go ahead.
When Dr. Perry says jobs, okay, I want everybody out there to understand this. Jobs does not mean that if you work out there, they're going to pay you six figures. Okay,
Correct.
a job is not to make you rich like the people on television. Okay, and if they bring the jobs, let's actually work the jobs. You understand?
Absolutely.
We cannot sit here and
Expect.
detour. Yeah. Expect. No. Feel like you're entitled.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying, to receive this amount because you're like, well, I got to get this, and you got my time, and I'm the biggest and baddest. Because y'all, they're replacing us with robots. If y'all don't believe me, y'all better Google it.
Yeah. AI is real.
AI is
AI is beyond real.
it's definitely real. We are, and you know, my background is in technology.
You work for the
So,
CIA. Okay.
so you
Allegedly.
know, AI is definitely taking over. We're seeing a substantial amount of uh artificial intelligence is definitely taking over
Willie,
as far
who's
as a
we?
lot of jobs in the technology world. I'll say that in the technology world. So I guess my question is for you, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Perry?
Dr. Perry, what do you see as far as in future terms, as far as how to incorporate technology more? I have been seeing that you guys are incorporating with the elementary schools with the tablets
Yeah.
and the kids are doing the online learning. So what else do you see
Well,
as far as technology?
I think technology is going to be here. What we concentrate on more than anything else, along with the academics, is we don't know what 20 years is going to be like.
True.
We don't.
True.
So,
Because
you
we
know,
project.
Especially now.
we can project,
Yeah.
but we really don't know. What I think is important is teaching our children how to adjust.
Mhm.
You know, there's too much I see. Oh, it needs to be this way. We've done it this way. We've done it that way. We want our children to be able. Because here's the deal: life is a maze.
Yep.
Like a maze. Once you learn how to navigate and get through it,
That's it.
you can get through it.
Yep.
So we don't want to just because we really don't know what if things change as much in the last 20 years,
Yes.
in the next 20 years,
Oh yeah.
we have absolutely no clue. So we're teaching our children how to learn and adjust on the spot.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing I also want to add too, and I think we're all, you know, prone to this. We have younger generation of children. They're so more far advanced in technology.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they're like I have my kids coming to me and I'm like, no, daddy, you're doing that wrong. You need to do it this way. And I'm like, hold on now. I've been doing this for like 20 years,
Yeah.
you know,
Uh-huh.
but they're teaching me new stuff all the time.
And part of what we see in the school system is technology can be good.
And
but it can be
That's what I'm saying.
and we see more of the bad
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
than the good.
Yeah.
I mean, they will use technology in school to text each other about this or that or that or this. They'll stay up all night
Yeah.
on these games that's got all kind of violence in it, how to
Yeah.
do this and how to do that. That's what we need to control. I mean, it's like a car. A car is a good thing. But if you get out there and use it the wrong way, it'll be
Exactly.
detrimental to you.
Right.
This is how I feel about it. The more technology we get, the more our morality compass
Yes.
goes down. Because when you're connected to this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you just see people on the screen, you're socially distant.
Oh yes.
And now when I go to tables, I hate seeing this. You got a whole family,
Yeah.
Everybody.
and a whole family.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And then it was so bad one time. I said, "Oh dang!" The whole family. The lady was up there on her plate, fixing her plate on the buffet. I'm like, okay, but when I walked by to see their table, they got the little baby in the baby chair, and the baby got a little phone thing hook up, and the baby. How you got your baby swiping? My baby swiped too.
Yeah.
But we had to take the phone. I was like, hey man,
Mm-mm.
no, because our morality is turning around. We
Yeah.
we don't know how to deal with people. They're not people
Exactly.
to us anymore. You
Well,
don't you don't get my respect. I don't know you. What?
Right. I'll block you.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm a technology gangster.
But who is it that's responsible for controlling what happens in your household?
Mm.
I mean,
Parents.
you know, you don't buy a child a cell phone, you pay for it, and you let them use it. I mean, check it sometimes.
Mm.
Check what they're looking.
They're
at.
entitled though.
That's why I was asking you about the parents. See, a lot goes back to the parents, goes back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you just said, a lot of parents will buy stuff for their kid. The kid doesn't even need a phone yet.
Right.
Kid is 5, 6 years old. You're buying the kid a phone already.
Right,
Yeah.
I agree.
Mhm.
Why?
Right.
Oh, you need to call me. No. If anything happens, the teacher will call you.
You
That's
know
right.
why? You know why? I can speak to that. That's the babysitter now.
Yep.
Oh, the baby's crying. Oh, the child is acting up. Let me give them the babysitter.
Yep.
Well, I can't speak for all the parents, but what I will tell you as a parent, you got to control what your child is
You
doing
got to.
Absolutely.
because a child will control. If you don't control them, they will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So, and you got to go into their rooms. I have parents that say, "Well, I don't know what's in that room, huh?"
Mhm.
Oh, well, she says that's
I
I'm
paid the
not supposed to
mortgage.
come in her room.
Mhm.
Or they'll say to me, Dr. Perry, you know, you can't do anything with these children these days. I said, you
Nah,
feed
that's a
them.
lie.
Mhm. Right?
Lie.
Yeah, they feel like the parents feel like they don't have power. They're afraid of
Or
of
their own
getting.
child.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I'll call
would.
the law. Well, call them.
I
Watch
would
what happened to you.
Right.
Call them right now. I'll pack you a bag. I won't say a thing. And then some of these kids go and they get in these homes. Then they be like, oh, well, I don't want to be. I want to go back. No. And then when they grow up, my parents let me down because they gave up on me. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right.
No, the entitlement.
It's
The
a bigger
entitlement is a
habit.
thing that is just really, you know.
Well, and I think sometimes we want to make up. I know I was guilty of saying I grew up, had to wear holes in my shoes and
Mhm.
work on, and I think sometimes we don't want our children to grow up like we grew
Yes,
up.
of
Right, right,
course,
right.
You
of
know,
We
course.
overcompensate.
and we overcompensate.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Whereas when I look back now, having to work when I was 9 years old was the best thing that happened to me.
Yes,
You
That
are
part.
exactly
That
right.
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Now, Dr. Perry, we know that you have somewhere that you need to be.
Yeah.
And
This is interesting.
look, I know, look. We didn't got in it now. We in it, but we have to let you get on to your other obligations. But I want to say this to you. Everybody's gonna stick together. We're gonna unify this community more than and see if we can get that other 5%. At least get a 1% or 2%,
Yes.
or two,
Yes.
or 3 or 4.
Yes.
Just
Right.
knock it down a little bit
Yeah.
so we can get some more support and doing great for our community. And let me tell you something, guys. Say you don't like Dr. Perry. I'm gonna say it like my brother. So no, it doesn't matter. Whatever you don't like, you don't have to like the certain thing. Just because you don't like one thing about somebody does not make the person.
Absolutely.
There are so many ideas that you do like, but then because of the one thing, you want to hold that grudge. I tell you what, you need to let it go and rock with the good things. If you don't like the bad thing, don't rock with it, but rock with all the good things so we can be unified because there's more to it than how you feel.
Yep.
So, from the free game from Black Kings, we want to thank Dr.
Thank you.
Perry for
Thank you,
coming
sir.
on.
Thank
And
you,
we have to
sir.
thank our wonderful ladies, our survivors. And we want to thank all of our queens, kings, and queens. We'll see you next time. This is Black Kings, and we're right.